What happens when Naruto meets the Ninja Turtles? Let's find out in this full recap. To start off the issue, we get a good look at a scroll Kakashi is looking at describing the B-rank mission Team 7 is assigned to. The mission is to escort April O'Neil safely to her home in Big Apple Village, which is basically a version of New York City in the world of Naruto. And I'm glad the setup is like this. Before I checked the first issue out, I assumed the turtles were somehow sent back in time or to another universe and landed in the world of Naruto. I didn't expect them to literally exist in the same era and world as Naruto. It's been in the back of my head since the series was announced. I was wondering how they're gonna do this collab. I'm glad it went this route though. It makes the story way less complicated than it should be. Sakura yells at Naruto telling him to stay focused on the mission instead of playing with a random turtle. And it's really funny how out of all the animals in the wild, he's playing with a random turtle. That's a lot to tell right there. Naruto says he wasn't playing with the turtle, but helping the turtle says it was flipped on his back. He questions whether this was really a B-rank mission or not, since they've barely encountered any obstacles so far. Kakashi gives Naruto a quick knock upside his head and tells him that turtles can handle themselves, and to show more respect to wildlife. The setup and foreshadowing to the moment Team 7 and the Ninja Turtles meet for the first time is insane in this page. The small line Kakashi says alone is peak and just perfect. Sasuke notices that April made a sound for the first time since they left Lady Tsunade's office. She responds to Sasuke's observation by pointing out that he hasn't said a word either. Maybe they both have a lot on their minds. Sakura begins to question a few things and points out that April speaking with Tsunade is rare in itself, especially since Tsunade doesn't usually waste time talking to reporters. It just goes to show how important that conversation must have been and why this mission was classified as B rank. April begins to explain and give context to why this mission is so important. She explains that she had to speak with Tsunade because she's a ninja biology expert who wasn't too far away for a news story on experimental science. She then brings up back to Stockman, who was recently kicked out of the Big Apple Village's top university for undisclosed reasons, until he reached out to the press to tell his side of the story. According to Stockman, the university had hired him to engineer machines for them, but he ended up ignoring the job they gave him. He believed he was a genius and insisted that his time was better spent on biological research instead. Using the school's budget, he secretly funded his own experiments, and the university wasn't happy when they found out what he was really up to. And it makes complete sense. Imagine you let somebody borrow money from you, and then they do a whole 180 and lie to you, using the money for something entirely different. Yeah, no, that's not gonna slide. Potential military applications of biomutations made Stockman obsessed after he created a theoretical mutagenic compound called the Ooze. And we all know about the Ooze from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was Stockman's dream to create powerful super soldiers that possess the fiercest traits of animals and humans. He wanted full control of monstrous mutant ninjas. Great, now April's doing a bit of foreshadowing too. Not to say the Ninja Turtles are going to be controlled by Stockman, but it could be viewed as a potential sign that Team 7 will face off against the Ninja Turtles when they first meet before they calm down and team up. Both Naruto and Sasuke start thinking deeply about what April just said. Naruto reflects on being a Jinchuriki with Kurama sealed inside of him, while Sasuke thinks about Orochimaru and the curse mark he received during the Chunin exams. Man, this really makes me want to rewatch the Chunin exams arc now. Yeah, I'll do that later. Hopefully someone's made an HD compilation with all the best moments of it though. Sakura then asks April if the ooze she mentioned was purely theoretical. April's response is a bit off, as she secretly knows the Ninja Turtles exist, and if they exist, then the ooze definitely does too. Before the conversation can go any further, they're interrupted by the sudden appearance of the Foot Clan, demanding that Team 7 hand over April to them. Even in a tense situation like this, Kakashi still keeps his sense of humor, quipping, "Hand, didn't you just call yourselves the Foot Clan?" It's hard not to love Kakashi's character even in non-canon stories like this. He knew that line would piss them off. Naruto quickly notices that the leader of the Foot Ninja group has a foxtail. Kurama speaks up, telling Naruto that the leader is nothing more than a fake one-tailed fox. Hearing Kurama's voice and seeing the image of him internally startles Naruto, until Kakashi snaps him back to reality by telling Team 7 to focus. Though it's clear he's directing the comments specifically at Naruto. Just as Team 7 prepares to engage the Foot Ninjas, smoke bombs suddenly go off around them. In the following panels, we see the Foot Ninjas getting taken out one by one by different weapons. The leader of the group panics, exclaiming, "No, not them," before retreating. As the smoke clears, the Ninja Turtles appear alongside Master Splinter. Finally, they demand that Team 7 let April go, or in Raphael's words, get stomped. Team 7 doesn't take the threat lightly and immediately prepares to fight. April starts to step in and explain, but then hesitates, thinking this might be the perfect opportunity to record the entire battle. And hey, I don't blame her hustle. Why not have a few extra dollars in her check? Leonardo charges in, going straight for Sasuke, assuming he's the leader of Team 7. "You think I'm the leader?" Sasuke asks. "Maybe not," Leo replies, "but I know pure vengeance when I see it. And trust me, it'll only lead to your destruction." Sasuke couldn't care less. He brushes off a what Leo said and taunts him, saying that if that's the best he can do in a fight, then he has nothing to worry about. Leo responds that he's just getting started, and after what I read before making this video, I believe him. The Ninja Turtles in the world of Naruto, that's a dangerous combo, and you guys and girls are about to see why near the end of this issue. Raphael ends up fighting Sakura and is visibly disappointed that he doesn't get to face Sasuke. We see her land a hit on Raph's shell and immediately notices how durable it is, which gives her the green light to stop holding back. She smashes the boulder next to him with raw power and yells, "Still wish you were fighting someone else?" Raph, eyes wide as he can make them, was like, "Oh shit, this girl ain't no joke." Both Donatello and Michelangelo face off against Naruto. Naruto's excited he gets to fight two of the turtles, while both Donnie and Mikey were left confused. "Is he serious?" Donnie says. "Maybe he just likes getting beaten up twice as much," Mikey theorizes. Naruto performs a shadow clone jutsu and a horde of Naruto clones fight both the turtles. Now, this fight got me interested the most based on what Donnie thinks. Mikey says he could take on these clones all day even if he doesn't want to, but Donnie tells him not to waste his energy. They need to focus on fighting the real Naruto. The scene finally cuts to the fight between Kakashi and Master Splinter. Kakashi points out that the turtles are powerful but they lack polish. Splinter thinks it's funny Kakashi says that due to him thinking the same thing on Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura. Kakashi then says something simple, but really interesting as he recognizes the movesets of the turtles, but something seems a bit off. What Splinter does in his next panel really caught me off guard and got me so hyped when I first read this, as he performs a lightning style jutsu on Kakashi. Yo, this automatically got me like, holy. If Splinter could perform certain jutsu, what jutsu could the turtles do? Maybe each of the turtles has a specific nature type yet to be shown that they specialize in. My mind went all over the place with speculations when I saw that panel alone, but I'll go over that after we finish the rest of this issue. So we jump back into the fight between Leo and Sasuke. Sasuke senses the same kind of vengeance coming from Leo, as if he wants it. Leo doesn't deny it, but clarifies that they're not the same. He controls his emotions to protect his brothers, which is a really interesting dynamic between these two. While Leo wants to protect his brothers, Sasuke is on a whole different type of timing, as he wants to get revenge on his own brother Itachi for wiping out the Uchiha clan. Sasuke calls what Leo says sentimental and claims he doesn't carry that kind of burden. Meanwhile, in the fight between Raph and Sakura, Sakura remarks that Raph isn't as slow as he looks, while Raph gives her some credit in return, saying she's way stronger than he expected. But then he reminds her that in a ninja eat ninja world, strength alone isn't enough. You have to be just as tough in a fight like this. In the fight between Donnie, Mikey, and Naruto, Mikey wonders if Donnie has any ideas, since the shadow clones aren't letting up. Donnie spots a pattern and needs Mikey's help to exploit it. He notices the shadow clones move with a certain rhythm and tells Mikey that they need to act natural. This is a prime example of why Donnie is the smartest turtle. The fact that he could pick up on that kind of detail in his first encounter with Naruto is wild. Mikey has just the right plan. He watches for the real Naruto among the clones, and when he spots Naruto winding up for a punch, Mikey pulls his head into his own shell, startling Naruto into thinking he hit him too hard. As the real Naruto flinches, Donnie steps in and stops him, causing all of the shadow clones to vanish. He points out that Naruto just exposed himself. April is having a difficult time recording the fight due to both parties moving too fast for the camera. Team 7 regroups in front of April while the turtles charge at them. Master Splinter stops the turtles at their tracks and both groups come face to face with each other. He's actually impressed that Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura were able to keep up with his sons. Sasuke catches on saying sons, so we're up against a proper clan then. Splinter disagrees. He tells Team 7 that the Foot Clan has rendered the term clan meaningless and that what they are is a family, not a clan. Kakashi speaks up, telling Splinter he's grateful the turtles gave his team a proper workout, but he's seen enough. As he says this, he pulls up his headband, revealing his Sharingan, and in a flash, he removes the masks of the turtles and Splinter. Then he delivers this line: "Hidden meanings within hidden meanings. You may look different, but a shinobi knows how to see through deception, and this is all too real, however unexpected. It's good to see you again, Hamato Yoshi," ending off issue 1 with a cliffhanger. To start off issue 2, we jump into the moment right after Kakashi called Master Splinter Hamato Yoshi. The rest of Team 7 and the Turtles thought they knew each other, but that's not true at all. You'll see why in a bit. Kakashi had only heard about the Hamato clan and saw Hamato Yoshi fight as a boy during his travels years ago. Using his observation skills, Kakashi breaks it down. Splinter is shorter than Yoshi. He doesn't possess a Sharingan that can mimic Yoshi's movements, and he definitely doesn't remember Yoshi having a tail. Splinter acknowledges Kakashi's analysis and clarifies that he's not Yoshi. He was Yoshi's pet rat. Yoshi was his master. Now, I haven't read the TMNT comics, so I'm relying on what I remember from the 2003 and 2012 TMNT cartoons. The rest of Team 7 start piecing together everything April told them about the mutagenic ooze and figure out that the ones they just fought are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Both teams introduce themselves, and Kakashi offers his condolences to Splinter for Hamato Yoshi's death. Sasuke even pays his respects to Yoshi's memory, stating that he can't forgive anyone who will betray their own clan. As night falls, both groups of ninjas head back to the Turtles' lair, where Splinter prefers to explain more inside. I don't know about you guys and girls, but this crossover is still so weird to me. Not in a bad way, but just, who would have thought we would get a Naruto and TMNT crossover in our lifetime? Then again, I never thought we would get a Batman and TMNT crossover either, let alone 1 or 2 sequel stories after that. And let's not forget, it even got an animated movie adaptation of the original story. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on the movie if you watched it or not. After entering the hidden pathway to their lair, Leo asks April how her journey was. She says it was boring, at least until he, the rest of the Turtles, and Splinter showed up. She even brings up her recording of the fight, saying you're welcome for shooting your huge ninja sparring match just now, by the way. This girl's acting like she did him a favor by doing that. She knew exactly what she was doing. That prompts Raph to point out that she didn't exactly try to stop the fight. You could tell he's a bit salty here, and honestly, I don't blame him, especially after Sakura almost cracked his shell with those punches during their fight. Shoot, I would be a bit salty too. Mikey and Donnie had a different opinion on the fight though. They actually enjoyed going up against Naruto and the Shadow Clones. Leo added a bit of positivity to it too, saying it was all for the best. You can only get better by facing stronger opponents. He ain't wrong about that. Once they all reach a certain spot marked with the symbol of the turtles, Sakura questions why the turtles are smiling, until the floor beneath them opens up, dropping them into the lair. Naruto is amazed at what the turtles' lair looks like. The Turtles and Splinter offer Team 7 a full tour of the place, and we get plenty of panels showing Team 7 interacting with the Turtles throughout the tour, like Naruto watching TV with Mikey. And yeah, there's even a small gaming system near the TV. Now, I know this is a completely different universe, but from what I remember, I don't think TVs even existed when Naruto was this age. In this world, the tech is clearly more advanced, enough to even have gaming systems, so it's safe to say this version of the Naruto universe is way ahead in terms of technology. In the next few panels, we see Kakashi talking with Splinter, Leo meditating with Sasuke, Donnie showing Naruto one of his inventions, Sakura working out with Raph, and Mikey skateboarding with Naruto. It actually seems like Naruto knows his way around the lair and is more into the tour than the rest of Team 7. The dynamics are really interesting, like Leo and Sasuke. They're different in how they view family, but similar in their serious tone and the pressure they put on themselves. Raph and Sakura are alike too, since they both have aggressive personalities. And as far as Naruto hanging with Mikey and Donnie, I don't even need to explain why Naruto and Mikey are a perfect match. Both of them have that type of personality where they don't hold back their inner kid. And what do I mean by that? You guys and girls remember when you were kids? Hopefully you were optimistic, happy, and didn't take life too seriously. Then adulthood hits, and now you have to take life very seriously. You're stressed more often, and your optimism drops, especially with bills like taxes, rent, food, gas. Jeez, don't even get me started on the food and gas, especially these days. Let me not get off topic. But yeah, that's Naruto and Mikey's personality. They don't take things too seriously, and they always find a way to lighten up a tense situation. As for Naruto and Donnie, I think they're similar when it comes to creativity and their ability to think outside the box in different circumstances. For Donnie, it's creating new gadgets. For Naruto, it's how he uses his jutsu during combat, like the sexy jutsu, or how he uses his shadow clones to outsmart opponents. A good example is this fight with Neji, when everyone saw and thought Naruto had lost, but the real Naruto popped out of the ground and caught Neji off guard. What the audience saw was actually a shadow clone all along. After they finish skateboarding, Naruto expresses how grateful he is for the experience. Mikey's glad to hear that and assumes Naruto's home must be even nicer, but Naruto begs to differ. He explains how he grew up alone until he met his friends, and how that fueled his motivation to become the Hokage. From a distance, Kakashi tells Splinter the truth about Naruto being a Jinchuriki and how the 4th Hokage sealed Kurama inside of him years ago. This shocks Splinter, and Kakashi asks him to keep it a secret, something Splinter agrees to out of respect. When everyone gathers, Sasuke gets right to the point and wonders if the turtles can beat the foot ninjas with no problem, how come they still live on the ground? Master Splinter explains that Orokusaki is the main reason. We cut to a flashback where it all stems from. Orokusaki came to Hamato Yoshi seeking his teachings and claimed he was looking for a new path, having been raised in the criminal underworld of the Big Apple village. Secretly, Orokusaki desired power and wanted to use Hamato Yoshi's techniques for his own sinister goals, ultimately betraying Yoshi to get it. After Hamato Yoshi was defeated in deadly combat with Orokusaki, Splinter escaped. He wandered for days through the sewers until they came across 4 baby turtles covered in ooze. After taking them in, realizing they needed a father, Splinter was also exposed to the ooze, and it transformed all of them. In no time, the turtles grew up to be teenagers, and they went out in the world after Splinter knew they were ready. They came across the foot on many occasions until they soon met Orokusaki, who now rules the Big Apple Village's underworld. After hearing all this, Kurama speaks once again to Naruto, comparing him to the turtles and Splinter. In his case, Kurama is the ooze. In the way I could see it, because Naruto is definitely not a regular a human or a shinobi. April then goes into a flashback about her meeting with Baxter Stockman. No news channel wanted to be involved with them until April gave him a chance to explain his story and the ooze. He mentioned losing his first batch of ooze years prior, most likely the same ooze that transformed the Turtles and Splinter, but he eventually found a way to make more. He even went to April to copy his notes. This man's ego was so big, he wanted fame and acknowledgement from the public, but that ended up being his biggest downfall when he accepted funding from the Foot Clan. Stockman really thought he could take their money and run, but the Foot was like, oh hell no, there's a lot of money invested into this, I want my return now. Run those pockets. They ended up breaking into Stockman's lab and taking everything. Stockman was a goner. April was a second away from ending up like him until the Turtles broke in and saved her. After becoming friends with the Turtles and Splinter, April did more research and set out to the hidden Leaf Village to learn more from Lady Tsunade, bringing us full circle to the present. Out of nowhere, someone's stomach growled. Sakura thought it was Naruto at first, but it was April who was hungry. Leo and the rest of the Turtles thought it was the perfect opportunity to go out and get pizza for everyone. Team 7 decided to go with them as well, while April and Splinter stayed behind. And this little moment right here is even crazy to me, as Naruto admits he never had pizza before. And I'm 100% with Mikey on this one. Naruto better get prepared to have his mind blown. In this world, he might like it better than or as much as ramen. This actually gets me in the mood to have some pizza while I'm thinking about it. For me, I prefer my pizza to have tomatoes, sausage, mushrooms, and sweet peppers on it. Then I put some garlic pepper on top of it too. Some of y'all might think it's disgusting. I don't care, I'm me and I love it. I'll take it a step further too. I don't mind pineapples on my pizza either. The way I think about it, if I like pineapples and pizza separately, why not have them at the same time? Oh, and there's a very specific pizza that I ordered that I almost forgot to mention. It's called teriyaki chicken pizza. Bruh. It's pizza, but instead of the tomato sauce under the cheese, teriyaki sauce for bits of chicken is underneath the cheese. So good. And I put all the same toppings on it except for the sausage. Nowadays, I order that instead of regular pizza. But anyway, after Team 7 and the Turtles left, April and Splinter were shocked when they saw the Foot Clan break into the lair. Both of them tried to fight them off, but it wasn't enough, as they were confronted by Rokusaki. Or we might as well just call him the Shredder at this point, ending off issue 2. To start off issue 3, Team 7 and the Turtles are on the rooftops of Big Apple Village. It seems the Turtles took the long way so Team 7 could get a full view of the village. Naruto is amazed by the sights, the lights, and the overall scenery. The Turtles jump off the rooftop and tell Team 7 to follow them. Mikey reminds them of the catchphrase he taught them, and we get a panel of all of them except Sasuke yelling Cowabunga. To be honest, it fits Sasuke's character to be the only one not saying it. It would have been weird and totally out of character if he did. Can you guys and girls seriously imagine Sasuke yelling Cowabunga in an exciting tone? Yeah, I didn't think so either. Instead, Sasuke asks about dinner. Raph notices he's straight to the point and he respects that. Sasuke is reassured that it won't be long until they get pizza. They're not going to keep April and Splinter waiting. Kakashi then thanks the Turtles for the scenic detour, and Naruto agrees, comparing the view of the village to a second night sky. It may seem all good and dandy, but that's the problem with Big Apple Village. It looks beautiful from a distance, but is rotten at its core. The group witnesses the few foot ninjas threatening some civilians, and the Turtles jump into action while Team 7 stays back on the rooftop. Naruto admits he feels lazy just standing around while the Turtles handle it. He feels like they should at least do something. Sasuke guesses they don't need to get involved, and Kakashi tells him he's right, the Turtles have it handled. Once the coast is clear, the group heads into the restaurant for some pizza. Naruto hopes the pizza costs the same as ramen since he wants to treat the Turtles for hosting them. He's suddenly hit with the smell of pizza and is instantly amazed. The cook hands Leo a stack of pizzas and lets Naruto pay for them. Shoot, with all those pizzas, that's gonna be $70 to $120 in today's money. After they leave the restaurant, Sasuke is both confused and impressed that they got all that pizza just for fighting crime. Okay, that lets me know they got a huge discount as a thank you for their heroics. Otherwise, I don't even know if Naruto could afford all that. The group heads down to the sewers to avoid too much attention from the public. They don't want another run-in with the Foot Ninjas. Funny enough, they have no idea what's waiting for them at the Turtle Lair. The scene cuts to the Foot Clan castle, with Shredder has both Splinter and April trapped. Shredder commences Mutant Fox Alopex with finding the Turtles' lair and Baxter Stockman's scroll. Oh, so she does have a name. I was about to make one up for her. However, Shredder admits he was disappointed that Alopex didn't meet his expectations as a proper Foot Clan asset, but she still has her uses. Splinter grits his teeth and tells Shredder that he rules by fear, using power he stole from Hamato Yoshi, and he has the nerve to belittle a child. Splinter calls him a disgrace. In response, Shredder doesn't show the slightest care in the world for what Splinter just said, and simply tells him not to interrupt. April pleads with him to wait, trying to stall by asking why he kidnapped them in the first place. Was it to use her to decipher Stockman's scroll, or to lure out the Turtles? Because he hasn't done either yet. Shredder knows she's stalling, but he humors her anyway. He reveals that they're bait, plain and simple, to lure out the Turtles. As for Stockman's scroll, he pulls it out and slices it open, revealing another capsule of ooze. Seeing the final batch of ooze in Shredder's hands, April can't help but feel a bit of guilt. She starts to believe that Big Apple Village being in danger might be her fault, but Shredder quickly shuts her down, telling her she's not nearly as important as she thinks she is. She was just a mule. While Stockman was nothing more than a bug, he has no intention of releasing the ooze across the entire village. No, he plans to test his true power on one final, worthy recipient, most likely himself. We cut back to the Turtles and Team 7 now back in the lair, and they're shocked to find the entire place trashed. They realize the Shredder has finally found them and taken April and Splinter. Naruto blames himself as well as the rest of Team 7 for what happened, but Leo stops him, telling him it's not their fault. He admits Sasuke was right. Sooner or later, the Turtles wouldn't be able to hide from the Shredder forever, but now, one thing has changed. There's nowhere the Shredder can hide from them. Back at the Foot Clan castle, Shredder commands his Foot Ninjas to line up before him. He pours the ooze onto each of them, declaring that this is their final test after passing every trial, and they should be honored. In no time, the Foot Ninjas mutate into giant mutants. Alopex watches in horror, asking if this is what it means to be a mutant, to be a monster. Splinter assures her it's not. He tells her that while there's much in life they don't get to choose, their mutations gave them the power to decide their future. He and the Turtles are living proof of that. He finishes with a question: what will her future be now? Shredder orders his new mutant Foot Ninjas to rise, and his first command is to eliminate Alopex. But before they can strike, the Turtles and Team 7 arrive to save April and Splinter. Shredder responds by ordering his mutant Foot Ninjas to attack. What follows is a series of epic tag team battles. Each turtle pairs up with a member of Team 7 to take down a mutant. First up is Raph with Sakura to face the first mutant. She quickly sees firsthand what happens when humans are exposed to ooze. The mutant is tough, but Raph comes up with a plan. He tells Sakura to throw him at the enemy, calling the move the Cherry Blossom Shell Smash. Next, Leo and Kakashi take on another mutant. Kakashi unleashes his Chidori, while Leo slashes with his katana. Together, they create a combo attack called the Lightning Katana. Donnie and Sasuke handle the third mutant by combining Sharingan precision with bow staff combat, calling their move the Sharingan staff. Finally, Naruto and Mikey take out the last mutant with a chaotic combo, the Uzu Mikey Angelo Barrage. Shredder is the only obstacle left standing. The group gathers and Leo tells him that he lost. However, Shredder doesn't show any sign of giving up and drinks what's left of the ooze, transforming himself into, let's call him Mutant Shredder, ending off issue 3. So we start off issue 4 with Team 7 and the Turtles launching an all-out attack on Mutant Shredder, but it doesn't seem to phase them. Alopex quickly frees April and Splinter as everything begins collapsing around them. Splinter assumes she's had a change of heart, but Alopex denies it, saying she's doing what it takes to survive. Personally, I think that's cap, but let's move on and get back to the fight. Everyone is recovering from the beatdown Shredder gave them. Naruto calls him a monster, and Kurama speaks up from within, saying Shredder isn't the only monster around. He tells Naruto to release him and find out which monster is stronger. And I'm not gonna lie, I'd love to see a fight between Kurama and Shredder, but let's be real, that fight would be way too easy for Kurama and would take away the tension in the story real quick. Instead, Naruto comes up with a different idea. He taps into a piece of Kurama's chakra to aid in the fight, without fully losing control. He makes his decision. He's going to protect his friends, and Shredder scoffs at what Naruto just said about friendship, and then of course goes into a stereotypical villain monologue. He recounts his past, how he was born alone, weak, and helpless in the gutters of Big Apple Village, which led him to forge his own path against fate and take whatever he wanted. Now with the power of the ooze, he believes nothing could stop him. Naruto calls him out, saying those are the dumbest bunch of excuses he's ever heard. He reminds him that a lot of people are born alone, but nobody survives without some help from others. We then see an image of Naruto eating ramen with Iruka Sensei to prove his point. He tells Shredder that he stole his power and used it to play ninja while preying on others to satisfy his own selfishness. Worst of all, Shredder betrayed Hamato Yoshi, his own teacher who treated him like family, just to get that stolen power. Naruto says he can't forgive that. He summons the Shadow Clones and prepares to strike, saying that if he can't protect his friends in Big Apple Village, he could never become a Hokage. He's willing to put his life on the line for that dream. The Turtles rise up and charge at Shredder alongside Naruto. Mikey yells that Naruto never goes back on his word, and Leo finishes the line, "That's his ninja way." The Turtles shout their ninja way as they give Shredder a serious beatdown. They fight for their family, their friends, and for Big Apple Village, a place where everyone deserves to live in peace. But even with all that damage they dealt, it's still not enough. Shredder refuses to go down. That's when they come up with a plan to hit him harder. The whole group hops on a platform that Sakura lifts with her strength, and as she throws the platform, Sasuke and Kakashi strike Shredder with dual Chidori attacks, stunning him. The Turtles and Naruto follow up immediately, hitting him with everything they've got. Still, Shredder is somehow standing. This next part is really cool, as Naruto channels Kurama's chakra into a Rasengan for one final blow. With Team 7 and the Turtles backing him, they launch the ultimate group attack. April and Splinter watch, stunned, as they never seen a move like this before. Naruto calls it the half-shell Rasengan spiral spear. Everyone pours with a little little energy they have left into the final strike, landing a devastating blow that finally brings Shredder down. All that's left is Shredder's helmet. Kakashi can still sense traces of Shredder's chakra, but the turtles aren't worried. If Shredder ever comes back, they'll be ready. For now, all that matters is reuniting with Master Splinter. April, meanwhile, recorded the entire fight and can't wait to run a story on the fall of the Foot Clan. Splinter doesn't forget about Owlpex and offers her a place to stay with him and the turtles. Raph agrees, adding that she's got to help clean up the lair since she led the Foot Clan there in the first place. Leo jumps in. He's kidding, but yeah, you should help out a bit. Kakashi suggests it's time for Team 7 to return to the Hidden Leaf Village and report to Lady Tsunade about their mission, but Mikey stops them. They've got one more thing to do first. On the final page, we see everyone gathered around a table, eating pizza together to celebrate their victory. And just like that, the story of the TMNT and Naruto crossover comes to a close, with full bellies, full hearts, and one unforgettable day behind them. But besides all that, if you were entertained, thought it was educational, like what I said, or all the above, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment, turn on post notifications, especially if you're a new viewer. If you want to support the channel even more, my links will be down in the description box below, and I'll talk to you guys and girls later. Peace.